Boxing King Media in association with Boxro, Savage, Dan. Tell me, man, how excited are you for this fight night? Because there's some seriously good fights on the card.
Mate, I know more about these fighters than I should. I've known Dion for 20 years. Matthew Tinker, who's fighting Dan Aziz, was a stablemate of mine at Del Youth. So it's a very good card, and obviously we've got, the midnight train, Richard RIAKPORHE, Dan Aziz with the most perfect performance last time out against Jose Burton. So it's a very, very good top two, and then you've got Adam Azim, Chris Congo, Takivi, Shannon Rand. You've got so many fighters, good fighters, Pigford, Zach Chelly. Half of Del Youth is on this card, it's a very, very good card. I'm excited for it.
Actually, one of the things for me personally, because I've watched Dan Aziz for a long time, JUMAH and Chris Congo, all three have been around the game for a long time, but they never had this type of backing. So it's big for them, isn't it? Sky Sports backing them.
Yeah, it doesn't get any bigger, and Dion's had bad luck, like Richard said. Others have had a slower time. COVID didn't help. Everyone was basically out for 18 to 24 months, a lot of them. So there's a lot of fighters that they've had their progression kind of halted for a little bit, but now it's time to really start building the momentum again. And look, it's an opportunity. It doesn't get much bigger than this. Wembley, after the England match, prime time, Sky Sports. Honestly, it's the stuff dreams are made of. Richard will want to, make a statement. Dion will want to take this opportunity and take Richard's spot. There's history between them both. Matthew Tinker and Dan Aziz, they've got history. They've fought in the amateurs as well. So it's a very good card. There's not much needle or bad blood at the moment, but you can feel it bubbling.
I love the main event because it is a proper 50-50 fight, because both guys are risking their careers as well, because JUMAH wins, like you said, he takes that Richard RIAKPORHE role with Sky Sports.
Yeah, he does, and that's what he wants to do. Obviously, I phoned Dion and asked him, if he wanted the fight effectively, would you take it? Because it's short notice. Richard RIAKPORHE is hard. 3 weeks is hardly enough time to prepare for him, and Dion JUMAH, 3 weeks is hardly enough to prepare for him also. So credit to both fighters for taking it, because effectively they saved the show and they've made a better top of the bill fight. Richard RIAKPORHE versus Turchi is a good fight, but it's not as good as Richard RIAKPORHE versus Dion JUMAH. So, look, I've ran this fight so many times through my head. When I go to sleep every night, I get a different outcome all the time. It's one of those fights. It's everyone's split on it.
And that's why it's a 50-50 fight. And then just looking down the card, obviously you got the Azim Brothers. Adam's taking a big step up, only his fourth fight. It's not easy making weight and fighting 8 rounds at that age.
Adam's just walking behind you. Yes, Hassan, how you doing? How you doing, bro? Come on. Bro, it's a big step up. Early doors as well. And we've heard that Adam wants to move fast. I think he wouldn't have moved as fast if he didn't know he couldn't. He's lighting people up in sparring, we know that much. It's different doing it under the lights, but I have every confidence that he does it. He wants world titles in the next 18 months. There's only one way to do it, and it is to have this fast progression. But look, he's got so many good people around him that will have his best interests at heart. So he wants to move fast, hence why he's moving fast. When it's time to rein in him and to really tell him to slow down, gain some experience here, because there's no doubt about it, he's going to fly through the domestic division. But obviously things get tougher as you get to European and Worlds, and you're going to need some experience. So that's where you maybe stall someone's progression for a little bit, and you start giving them some buffer fights as well. But he's going to end up at the same destination anyway. He will be a world champion. His brother will as well. Just a good brother. They're like Undertaker and Kane.
That's a good comparison, but they're not as mean looking as Undertaker and Kane. Adam Smith did tell me a while ago that they've got a 2-year plan. They want Adam Azim to be a pay-per-view fighter within 18 months to 24. Is that realistic?
It depends, you can become a pay-per-view fighter overnight with the right moment. Sometimes all it needs is a moment of controversy, a knockout reel like he's had already. But for pay-per-view, you need dance partners. There's not many fighters that are pay-per-view on their own. There's only a couple of them in the world. So to become a pay-per-view fighter, sometimes you have to be in some really competitive fights first of all, and then you earn the right to become pay-per-view fighters. But look, when I'm looking at the talent that they've got, the talent that Adam's got as well, and the speed, the knockout power, you know, and they're nice, you know, like lovely guys. I'm sure that will change over the next decade or so, and they might turn into more of a world champion. You know how people grow 6 inches and all of a sudden, but they are likable. You know, they've got everyone behind them, and they can fight. Most importantly.
Just depends how money changes, and money just does change people. But knowing the dad, I think that they're grounded kids. So just wrapping up, is there anything else you want to tell the fans? What else they can expect to see from Boxer and Savage? Dan, be savage.
Do you know what? I'm expecting more world champions. At the moment, we've produced one in Natasha Jonas. I'm expecting many more world champions, big cards. You know, this is a good card, and we've had a bit of criticism over, you know, our top of the bills have been great, and people have sometimes criticised the undercard. I think a lot of those fights were 50-50, but they just turned into one-sided fights. We're trying to make competitive fights all the time. This is a very good card, you know, it really is. From me, you'll just see more of me. I'm trying to trim down. You know, I actually had a bit of a thing where I was trying to make weight with the two fighters. So I'm just above the cruiserweight limit, and I was trying to get down to cruiserweight by tomorrow morning so that I could weigh in with them at 90 kg. But it didn't quite work. You know, I had last weekend ate too much, and but yeah, look, it's a great card. It's a great fight. I like them. I like them both. Dion's obviously a friend of mine as well, so it makes things different. I'm a little bit conflicted, all of that. It's a fight that I want to see, but it's a fight I don't want to see at the same time. So more of those kind of fights, you know, 50-50 is what we want.
Well, you guys are doing a good job, man. Like you said, it's a solid card, and sometimes, unfortunately, it's just the way it goes. The undercards do flop, but it happens on every network. So do keep doing your thing, and it's a great show, man.
Thank you for having me, man. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.